Hi everybody, Brendan here with Common Motor. That's common-motor.com on the internet. And today we're going to be talking about the reality situation of factory style air filters for the vintage Honda Twins and why our angle boot pod filters are the solution that you've been looking for on your bike. In addition, we're going to show you how to install them on the various Honda Twins, including the 175 200s, 350 Twins, 360 Twins, 450 Twins, and as a bonus, we're also going to show you how to install it on a CT90. So stay tuned. I want to address the situation regarding the OEM factory style air filters in regards to the vintage Honda Twins. Now this includes the 175 and 200 family of bikes, the 350 Twins, 360 Twins, 450 Twins, and as a bonus, we're also going to talk about the CT90, Trail 90 as well. My first thing to address has to do with the fact that these bikes have to have an air filter in place to run properly. This is especially true if you have a bike with a CV style carburetor. So that's the 350s, 360s, 450s, because they have a diaphragm, and it is the airflow into the carburetor that properly actuates the diaphragm and slides so the bike runs properly. That's in addition to, well, you just need filters to keep the air clean going into your engine. Every engine out there, regardless of bike or car, has an air filter in it. So air filters must be in place on your bike. The second point I want to address has to do with the architecture of the filters themselves and how they were built in the past. The reality about these filters is the part that wears out is, well, the filter element material. Also with age and time, our rubber boot does wear out. But the metal bits here, they don't wear out. However, because this was all glued together from the factory, that means that when this piece wears out, the whole thing has to be tossed. And there are no rebuild parts to be able to take this apart and put it together with just new filter element. So it's a highly disposable type part that, well, is actually pretty wasteful. Now, the question we get asked often is, well, let's just remake new ones. The truth about it is, trying to remake these filters is extremely cost prohibitive because so many different pieces have to be made and then assembled just for a final product here. And then it gets more complicated with all the different models of bikes and them being left and right specific. So it's a really complicated equation to try to remake these filters at this point in time. The third point I want to make has to do with filter availability. Now, some of the bikes, new filters are still available from Honda. The other bikes, you're out of luck. Case in point, we have a 350 filter here and a 360 filter here. So 350 and 360 twin filters are still available from Honda. But when I talk about availability, I'm only talking about the filter element piece itself. I'm not talking about any of the other hardware, which we'll get into in my next point. Just note that they're available, but they're also incredibly expensive for what they are and oftentimes cost prohibitive. Now, if you have a bike like a 175 or 450, you're out of luck. You might be able to find some new old stock stuff floating around on the internet, and again, you're going to pay a premium for it. And keep in mind, oftentimes you're only looking for the filter element itself, not looking for the other hardware that goes with it. So the availability of the filters is, well, slim pickings. The last point I want to make not only has to do, touching with our third point, filter availability, but it has to do with all of the other hardware pieces needed to be installed on the bike. More often than not, you find that you bought an old bike and it's missing the air filters and probably also missing all the other hardware pieces needed to install the filters. This is because people would do carb work, they pop the carbs back on, the bike would get parked and the filters would get lost. So now you have all these bits and pieces that you have to round up to make the filters work. This is a complicated equation, and we're going to show you why the angle boot pod filter is the easy solution for all the points that we just talked about. I want to jump in now and talk about pod filters themselves, and the first thing I want to do with that is to debunk a big myth about these filters in general. You may have run across some information, especially on the internet, talking about how a pod filter like this will not properly work on carburetors for the vintage Honda Twins. Well, let me explain why something like this isn't going to work properly. Now, this is a pretty common universal filter that's out there. They come in all different types of sizes and shapes and filter material. And the issue with this design really has nothing to do with those factors. It all has to do with this rubber boot and how this rubber boot is shaped and how it fits under the carburetor. I'm going to pop it out of here. There's our rubber boot. And the issue with this design, especially if you have a CV style carburetor, constant velocity with a diaphragm and a slide, or like a 450 has the solid diaphragm or solid slide, but still a CV style, is that this type of boot will block or partially block critical air passages in the carburetor that need basically a column of air to be ramming into the front of the carburetor opening in order to properly actuate the slide up and down based on your engine speed. It would be like saying, hey, go run down the street, but before you do it, stick the sock in your mouth. And it's going to make it very difficult to run. So the real issue has to do with this style of boot and how it doesn't play well with a CV style carburetor, which will be your 350s, your 360s, your 450s. So here's a factory 350 filter, and I've taken the boot out of it. This is the most critical part of the air filter here, is this boot, which acts like a runner for the air to pass through and be collected, much like a funnel, and cleanly ram into the front of the carburetor. Now, this style boot from the factory does not block any of the air passages that are in the carburetor. And that's what's so critical about the factory filters. It's not the material, it's all about the boot and the boot shape in relation to the front of the carburetor. But since this stuff is not available, our angle pods are. And really, it all has to do with the shape of the boot. This boot is a runner just like the runner on the factory air filter, and it has a clean opening that when it goes onto the front of the carb, we have a nice transition of air flowing through the filter material down the boot as a runner into the front of the carburetor, so we have proper slide actuation. The other factor I want to talk about, especially in regards to bikes that do not have a CV style carburetor, so this is going to be your 175s, your 200s, and even CT90s, has to do with fitment between the carburetor and the air filter in regards to the other things that are in the bike. Case in point, on the 175, and we'll show this on the install, there is a frame clearance issue that a straight style pod filter will not fit in the carburetor because it hits the frame. Other ones can hit a battery box. The angle pod also allows you to run your factory style side covers on the bike, usually with little or no modification whatsoever. The final point I want to make is, because the pod filters have a different filter material, in this case this is like a cotton gauze kind of clamped through mesh, air flows through this filter at a different rate, different than the factory filters. This is going to affect the mixture in the carburetor, and you should expect to do some rejetting. It's probably going to go richer, but I can't guarantee that. Really, you're going to have to put them on the bike, run the bike, and then make your adjustments based on how the bike is reacting to a difference in airflow. It is possible that you don't need to do any jetting. It all depends on your bike and your location above sea level, your climate, etc. All those other factors that go into jetting and tuning the carburetors. I hope this video has been helpful in not only explaining why we're using the pod filters and taking out some of the myth and mystery about using them, but also showing you that they're an easy solution to use on your bike with some minor mods to replace things that don't exist anymore. With that, this has been Brendan with Common Motor. That's common-motor.com on the internet. Make sure you follow us on social media. That means Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to our newsletter through our website. Newsletter subscribers always get informational content like this video, as well as promotions first before anybody else. And of course, do subscribe to this YouTube channel as well. Make sure you're ringing the bell for notifications, and we will see you next time.